Morning all, and welcome to episode 6 of our lockdown coaching sessions. Hope you've had a good week. Today we're going to be looking at using a limbo to help with our body position when manualing and also to help us with our pumping. So first things first, what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick run through under this limbo I've built right here out of a wheelie bin and a broom, and then we'll break it down and look at the body position and how we can use that to advance our skills. So as you can see, ultimately the position we're going to get into is with our body weight over the back wheel. So that's exactly the same as we would be for a manual. Really trains us to use our arms and legs to extend the body and not actually lift the wheel. If you look really closely in the second part, you'll notice that the front wheel did lift very slightly, and that's purely from that body movement going backwards. So the weight goes over the rear hub, lightens the front. But we can also use this to help us with our pumping too. With our pumping, the first movement, as you're going up an obstacle, you're going to bring that obstacle in, start to elevate, and then as you go over the backside, you're going to extend your arms and legs and drive that bike forward. That's where the speed's going to come from. So with the limbo, we can do exactly the same. As we're approaching, we're going to bring the shoulders forward, and then to get yourself super low, you're going to extend and push down like that. And then that's exaggerating and mimicking that backside of a jump. So what I've done now is I've set up 2 limbos. So then we're going to simulate 2 rollers. So as you approach the first limbo, you're going to push the shoulders forward, extend and push that bike away. And then you want to recycle that movement. In between the 2 limbos, bring your body weight forward. And then again on the second one, really we'll focus on driving that bike away. Hopefully you can hear from the hub the sound of the buzz. If you hear a noise, you know that you're getting pumped, and that's one of the key things in this exercise. So I've set my limbos up 3 metres apart because effectively that's all the space I've got. And a lot of the tighter tracks, the tighter rhythm sections, your peak to peak is normally going to be around 3 metres. Some of the bigger track, we're looking at 4 and 5 metres. So you can play with that distance between the limbos. Further apart they are, slightly easier it is. The tighter they are together, the quicker you've got to move. What we'll do now, we'll have a look at that from the front as well. So you can see the body position and head position and foot position. What you should notice is that I'm going to have a big horseshoe shape of my arms just before the limbo. Chest's going to be slightly forward, and I'm going to extend the arms and the legs, dropping those heels and pushing that bike forward. Hopefully you'll also notice my eyes stay up most of the time looking forwards. So as I said earlier, one of the things that we can use the limbo for, as well as our pumping, is going to be to help us with our body position for manuals. We want to get our front up in the air, and that comes from getting that weight over the back. So what we're going to do now, just going to run through the limbo again with a single limbo, and then we're going to show the manual again, so you can hopefully use this to help you with the manual. So now we've done the single limbo again, we've taken the stick out, and then we're going to use the same point where we move backwards for our limbo and do that for our manual. So hopefully you can see the similarities in the body position between where we are on the limbo and where we are on the manual. If you use the limbo to help you with that body position, hopefully you'll gain more and more confidence with getting yourself far enough back when you're doing a manual. Obviously you can refer back to the manual video too and see loads of different ways of how to get that front wheel up and where you should be on the bike. So the last thing we're going to do with the limbo is the finish line lunge. We all want that extra inch on the finish line just to get ahead of the competitors sometimes. and this can really help with that. As you're approaching the finish line, you're sprinting towards the line, the other guy's right next to you, you want to push that bike forward and get ahead of them. And we can do that with this Limbo. So we're going to put the Limbo slightly further forward now, try and get a little bit more speed and just work on that lunge. So I hope that's given you some ideas of things you can do with your Limbo around the garden. You don't need any special equipment. I've got proper Limbos, but I thought I'd demonstrate this today just using the wheelie bin and the broom to show that you really can use whatever you've got around the garden. Obviously wear your helmet, stay safe and be careful. Enjoy yourselves and being imaginative. Start high, get the Limbo going down lower and lower and lower if you can, and really work on that extension. When you've got the two Limbos, start maybe 5 meters apart if you can, and bring them closer and closer and closer and closer together. Key coaching points: hands roll forward, fingers on that brake, horseshoe shaped arms, head looking forward, pedals should be level, feet nice and square on the bike. As you approach, bring the shoulders over the hands, really extend the arms and legs, push those hips back to get that bike forward, and then recycle that movement really quick for the double Limbo to simulate the pump. Get comfortable with the hips over the back wheel. That's going to help you with your manual and go a little bit faster if you want to try and work on that finish line lunge. Hope you've enjoyed the video, hope you've enjoyed the series so far. We'll keep knocking them out while we're in lockdown. Stay safe, have fun, have a good week, and we'll do it again next Saturday.